At first glance, this will look like a new spool of line, but what you really don't know is that it is actually line that has been recycled off of a reel. And often the back portion of the line is in really good shape. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a little trick that some of the pure fishing staff in Ontario came up with. As to the best of my knowledge, that's where it started, as to how we strip line. So when you actually come a little further out, you can see that that is attached to a drill, and I have removed that line from a reel. So let's take a look in the video, and as always, if you find this tip helpful, a like, share, subscribe is always very much appreciated. Enjoy. I usually tie a knot when I want to strip the line off my spool, but sometimes just a simple piece of tape will do the job as well. All right, I've got my little piece of tape on here, and I have a spool from a spinning reel, and I could use the whole reel itself, but I just thought for demo purposes I'll just use the spool. And once again, all I need to do is take this, and again, I want to have a good grip on this, and just start basically, and I can put a little tension on the spool, and it's just a quick and easy way of stripping it. And once again, it's environmentally friendly. You're keeping the line in one space, not making a mess. So pretty cool system, and I would recommend if you do a lot of changing of line, especially on bigger spools like, you know, salmon line counters, where, you know, if you're stripping off, you know, 200-300 yards, it's simply just a very efficient process. So enjoy the tip and the video. Thanks. Well, if you've ever had to work a line spooling clinic, it can get really hectic when you're, you know, selling line for 1 cent a yard or whatever the sale happens to be. And we had to come up with a different way of getting line off quickly, and I am certainly not going to take credit for it. We're just, you know, the younger generation that's taking advantage of it. And I'm not really 100% sure who came up with this idea, but I know a couple of late Pure Fishing Pro staff guys, John Gadzo and John Slade, both used to always have this in their tool bag. Bob Foran is another one who, you know, uses this trick all the time. And simply what it is it's a drill, and it's a bulk spool that, you know, was empty, and instead of throwing it out, just took, I believe it's a carriage bolt or whatever it is, and then it just, there's a nut on it, and then the threaded part goes into the drill. And I will show you how it works, and just be careful. You don't want to go high speed. I like to go slow speed, as I don't want to launch the reel on the rod. So as I'm getting closer to the reel being done, I will definitely slow down, and I sometimes will even strip the last little bit by hand just to make sure that I don't damage a reel, especially if it's a customer's. That's always important. So let's take a look, and let's see how it's going to go. So I might use this line later, so what I'm going to do is I'm just simply going to start, and again, I'm going slow, and I'm just guiding it, and you can see that I'm just going to go back and forth, and I'm just going to do a quick stop, and I'm going to show you a little more of a close-up as to how we're doing this. So I'll be right back in a second. Here is the reel that I stripped the bright green solar line from, and I replaced it with some trilene big game onto this Pen Rival line counter. All right, so once again, I'm just going to hold the line, and I'm watching both ends, and as I say, I may end up using this line again, so I'm just going slow. And if I'm not going to use the line, then because the spool is made of plastic, you can recycle the whole thing. And again, I'm watching the other end, and if I decide that I'm not going to use any of this line, and as I say, I'll take it and putting it in one of the Berkeley line disposal bins, and you know, you're doing your part for the environment as well, so it's a win-win. And again, I am not taking credit for this, but it is one of the tricks that we've used as Pure Fishing Pro staff up here in Ontario, and it works great, as you can see. Obviously, you have to make sure that the threaded part is going to go into the chuck. And if I remember correctly, it's been a while since I've bought this, and obviously I reuse the bolt for different spools. So when this one gets full, I will switch it out and put it into another spool. But I'm pretty sure it's a 5/16 if I remember right. And obviously you just gotta get it so that it's long enough to go through the spool, and a quick measurement will do that. And just your local hardware store will have something like that, and a nut just to tighten it in, and that's basically all it is. Here's another quick view, and you can see that there's a couple of washers in there as well, just to help with spacing. All right, so we're just gonna finish this off, and as I say, don't make the mistake of going too fast, and keep an eye on the other end of your reel, because if you're going too fast, you definitely do not want to launch it. So that's our little tip for the day. I hope you enjoy it. And as always with any of my videos, if you enjoy it or find it helpful, a like, share, subscribe is always appreciated. Take care, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.